We are back with another sketchbook because you guys seem to love sketchbook tours, and I get it because I love them too. So yeah, let's do another one, right? I found this old sketchbook again. It's one that I started at the end of 2021 and stopped drawing in somewhere in 2022. It's not completely filled, like this much of it is unused because I forget about sketchbooks and then they end up under a pile of rubble, and I never see them again until I find them again years later. So here we are. This sketchbook has some cool drawings, but also a lot of shit. So yeah, I'll just show it, and that's that. Okay, so let's get into it. We got some stickers by a lot of my friends and a lot of my own stickers. Anyway, shout out to all my homies. Whoa. What the fuck was that? My phone is kind of like the lens of my phone got a scratch, and that kind of makes my autofocus go crazy sometimes. So sorry for that glitch, but let's get into it. When we open up this book, we start with a little picture of baby lobster. And the reason I put that in here is because around this time I was going through some things, and I discovered that a lot of my frustration and my anger stemmed from me being angry at my inner child and at the younger version of myself, and kind of blaming myself for choices I made when I was younger. I discovered that during a session with my psychologist at the time. So I put this in here to see what a cute little boy I was, and that when I'm angry at myself for stupid shit, this is who I'm angry at. So that in fact did help a lot. And look, I was already fond of ducks when I was just but a little lobster. Okay, enough of the psychology bullshit, let's get into it. This is we always gotta start a sketchbook with a nice little spread. First page, little fun fact, this drawing is in my art book, which you can now digitally download on my Patreon for a little price. And this drawing is in there, but it's only like somewhere halfway in the book. And I remember Mr. Ewan going through my book, finding this drawing, and then going like, what do you mean first page? It's like halfway in the book. That's not the first page. But now you know that it was the first page of this sketchbook. Okay, Ewan, you satisfied now? Yeah, as usual, this book is filled with a lot of like random bullshit that I just do to enjoy myself. Some pencil sketches, some heads that never changes, little mongoloids, Bart Simpson. More heads. I experimented a little bit with some colors here and layering markers in weird ways. Kind of thought this was neat. But yeah, not much to say about the other ones. You know what I do. You know what it is with the million heads forever. My lovely girlfriend at the time. Sometimes I do try to sketch from life a little bit. Not too mad about this one. I think this kind of still looks good. Still kind of a little bit looks like her. More stuff. Yeah, sometimes I like to put a little paint in this book, in my sketchbooks. So I probably had some extra paint from painting something, smudged it in there, and then turned it into this. Little submarino man. Kind of like this was like the first beginnings of me liking these guts type shapes. Like here it's his breathing tube, but already I was kind of into like these folds and curling of like tubes kind of thing. So that eventually that turned into like guts things. But yeah, stuff like this is where that started. a little Vegeta. It's not in color, but it's kind of like the pink shirt Vegeta. If you know, you know. Little Homer Simpson. What else we get? Oh yeah. You might remember a wall that I painted at some point of this character rolling a little joint. It's still years later. Not necessarily my favorite mural, but I'm still happy with what I did that day. Somehow everything just went right. You can find it somewhere on my Instagram. But so I had a friend who was into modeling at the time, and he asked me if I could draw a turnaround of that character so he could translate it to like a 3D thing. He did do it at some point and I saw it, but then we never really used it or never really came to more than that. But so anyway, little turnarounds. This was like a preparation for a place I painted. It was a Pokeball thing, Hawaiian Pokeball stuff, and I painted an entire restaurant with like birds like this and Hawaiian stuff, and these were like loose sketches for that. Sometimes I draw girls, not a lot, sometimes. Notes, that's unimportant. A big head. It's I don't know, it's almost as if I love drawing heads for some reason. Yeah. More. This sketchbook has a lot of just whatever this is. Just taking a marker and just going to town. That's always enjoyable. Yeah, like I said, man, this sketchbook is just full of like trash. Not necessarily always bad looking trash, but trash still. I had a lot of markers that I was working with at the time, like these Posca type markers, and I test them out in my sketchbook, and rather than just scratching, I do stuff like that, I guess. As you can see here. Yeah, I don't even know what my mind was going through when I did this. It's just layers and layers of me writing my own name. Yeah. Yeah. Abstract art. Ah. Some Spider-Man stuff. A little insane Venom with his floating eyes. A little goblin. And I'm not too mad about this Spider-Man either. Like, I don't know, a lot of my anatomy stuff is like not really correct, but I sort of make it work. And this is the same, like there's parts of this that don't make no sense, but I somehow like managed to hide that in an interesting drawing, I guess, or not. This was also fun. Draw a little astronaut and then have the lines in his helmet be lighter than the rest. I don't know if that picks up on camera. Ba-ba. More testing of markers and just endlessly spamming my little lobster name. Oh boy. Yeah, this thing, not really that good in my opinion. More notes and some light sketches for a wall I had to do back then. More notes, we're not gonna get into that. A little painted boy. I have these liquids, acrylics that are fun to work with on paper. Yeah, not much more to say about stuff like that. More text and bullshit. Shit. Like I said, this book is just full of bullshit, just like testing markers and drawing stupid shit, but not too much of it is like actually good. Yeah. No. I also did a couple of these, like these I still like. Tried out a couple of these letter pieces. I'm not much of a letter boy, but every now and then I feel the need to do that. And there's a couple more in this book with just like lobster or LBSTR, because lobster is a very long name to write in a graffiti style. And a little character with it. This one was kind of fun. Pew pew. What else we get? Oh yeah. For a long time I didn't do drawings from life, and then me and my girlfriend at the time went out to the park to try to do some sketching, and this is what came out of it. It's not too bad, but it's also like when you see stuff, when I draw stuff from life, it's like always like I'm impatient. Like I don't have the patience to just sit down and take my time. I'm always like, let's bang it out as fast as I can, because I don't know. I don't have patience for that stuff. That's something I maybe should learn at some point. More drawings of her. I drew her a lot in this sketchbook, apparently. But yeah, as I was saying, these are like sketches where I'm like, oh yeah, let me sketch a tree, and then I get this far and I'm like, God, I have to sketch the whole tree and all the leaves and all the other trees, and I just start scratching. It doesn't look that good to me, but it is what it is. I feel like I'd be better at that now. But now you can see the whole spectrum of me as an artist. I make cool stuff, but also I'm impatient and lazy and make shit like this. Weird alien lizard man. Not really my usual style, but I had fun with all these little layers. I feel like he kind of looks like he's constantly like morphing, or his skin is like constantly moving and changing colors. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I had a plan when I started painting this, but that's just how it came out, with all these little color changes and the stripes and whatever. It's something. It sure is something. Always down with the chameleons. This one I actually painted on a wall. I drew this on the train when going to Step in the Arena. That's a paint event in the Netherlands that had its last edition like last year or the year before that. I don't know. It's kind of over now, but so I painted a huge chameleon there. And now it's ended. Another little letter piece. Not too mad about those letters. Like, I'm not a graffiti dude, but sometimes I try it and I feel like I do find like interesting shapes or like interesting ways to organize my letters. Actual writers will probably laugh at this shit, but anyway, I had fun doing them, and they make for nice pages in the sketchbook. Kind of like here. Put the paper in between because as you can see, those pages stuck together and ripped apart. Adds to the charm, I guess. There's all like paint flakes missing, but this was fun. Kind of still like this spread for being fucking 3 or 4 years old. Damn. More letter stuff. I guess I was going through a thing. It is what it is. If there's any graffiti boys watching this, definitely trash my pieces and tell me tell me what you think of it. Maybe it's nice in the eyes of writers, maybe not, I don't know. But it is a thing. I don't think there's actually too much left in this sketchbook, to be honest. More markers. Shit, man. A lot of trash in this book, a lot of okay drawings. More my ex-girlfriend. I didn't know I drew her that much. And here we are. Some crabs. Your crustacean man loves drawing some crustaceans from time to time. Crab, give stab. I painted something similar to this as well at some point. You might know what I'm talking about. Still kind of like the shape of this one. Maybe I should paint some more crabs again. What else we got? More shitty notes. Ooh, more notes and sad drawings because we broke up around here. Yeah, we broke up and I was completely not ready for that, and so the rest of the sketchbook might be mostly like emotional stuff. Oh my god. And then I went on a solo trip to find myself. Trust yourself, love yourself. Look at that. Oh, this was my heartbroken, and I need to go on a trip and just experience it all. Some sketches of places I was. This is in San Sebastian in Spain. Some sketches of people there. This composition is like still kind of nice. More writings. Yeah. There's nothing interesting here, so don't fucking... This is a Game of Thrones location in Spain that I saw, and I drew it. And this is me with my silly guitar, because I was there playing the Game of Thrones theme as I was walking it. And there's also a video of that on my Instagram if you feel inclined to look for that. More traveling, more notes. This was in Portugal, in Lisbon. They have a huge aquarium there, or however you call that in English, like a place with a lot of fish that you can go watch. I saw penguins in Portugal. That was funny to me. Yeah, it's something. More. And even though we were broken up, we still hung out and went to festivals after that, because that was healthy stuff. More drawings, and I think we might be nearing the... Oh yeah, I almost forgot about this. I have original drawings of my boys Arsec and Erase in here. If you don't know Arsec and Erase, they are amazing painters that have been going for a long time. I was a fan of their stuff for years until I eventually met them, and we actually became pretty good friends. So if somehow you guys are watching this, I love you, bros. I miss you. Yeah, I couldn't tell you anymore which one is Arsec and which one is Erase, which one did which, because their styles are... after years and years of painting together, their styles kind of merged together. But so yeah, original Arsec and Erase drawings in my sketchbook. And I also have a Senna drawing. Alex Senna, known for his little birds and his black and white figures. I'm sure you've seen his art before. I also met him at the same festival I met these guys, and he was nice enough to leave me a drawing. So yeah, some sick originals in this sketchbook, goddamn. Yeah, we're nearing the end. This is, I think, the last thing. A little sketch that I did at Meeting of Styles in Belgium. This was when the abortion thing in America was was actually happening, and a lot of women in my life were like pissed the fuck off, as they should be. And I wanted to show my support, so the idea was that I painted this tough, manly looking bull, like a boy's bull, like for the guys, but he's like in a field of flowers, and he's holding a little flower, and he has girl power tattooed on his arm, with the idea of that guys can also be supportive of women's rights and women's issues. Guys can be in touch with their feminine side, and that's all cool in a world of cool, tough, manly men. It's cool to be a dude that also cares about that stuff, so I like the contrast of like this tough-looking bull amidst some flowers with a girl power tattoo. That's that. And yeah, that's where I kind of lost sight of the sketchbook, and nothing happened anymore. So that's that. Just a little sketchbook tour of old stuff I did. If I find more sketchbooks, I'll definitely show them if they're worth showing. Yeah, that's it. Let me know what you think, and I see you next time. Bye.